Yo, gamer, Demi here. Welcome to another Tekken 7 YouTube video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Tekken 8 mechanics that were recently broken down at the Tekken World Tour Global Finals by Harada-san. We're going to talk about like the hit mechanic and just my overall thoughts on the direction of the game, whether the mechanic is good, all the new things introduced in the game, because I know there have been so many concerns. Like, this announcement has had so many mixed reactions. Just look at Twitter and everyone seems to be like it's 50-50, right? People think Tekken is going in a whole different direction, and there are others who think, it's worth a risk, right? Tekken 7 did the same thing with Rage Art, Rage Drive. When everyone saw those things, everyone thought, okay, is this even Tekken anymore? So it's kind of the same thing with what's going on right now for Tekken 8. So we're gonna get into all of that. Okay, so first things first, let's take a look at the new game mechanic, which is the hit system. Now, I've done a video on this already, but this one goes a little more in depth and shows like a lot of new stuff. So the hit system is basically V-Trigger from Street Fighter 5. It's basically the same thing, but just a bit different, but they're very similar. It's this mode that just lets you go aggressive. It gives you access to dashes. Think of the MKX run cancel dash and basically a rage drive. It gives you access to a rage drive and Mortal Kombat X cancel dash, which gives you hella plus frames. So in this mode, you also have tools that you can use to get into hit. These moves are called hit engager. So as they broke it down last 2 days ago, characters have about 5 or so moves that let you go into hit, or basically 5 hit engager moves. So in the case of Paul Phoenix, he does have his Death Fist. In case of Nina, as we saw in the trailer, it's her forward 1+2 and her quarter circle forward 2. So all these moves can be used to go into hit, and the hit bar lasts about 10 seconds and it does not move for as long as you stay attacking. So they weren't kidding when they said Tekken 8 is aggressive. Like, bro, they really meant it. This game is going to be really aggressive. So that's basically the hit mechanic. That's basically it. Although there are some moves that get enhanced whilst in hit, as I showed here, like Law's new, I think it's down forward 2, the nunchacku. It just knocks down normally, but while in hit you get a full jago or the tailspin launch, or the new combo, the new Tekken 8 bound. The same thing for Nina. So some moves get enhanced whilst in hit mode, which let you extend your combos. So overall, it's just a V-Trigger that it just enhances your character. Like it improves the character's personality and the moveset. Like, this mod is, Jesus Christ. It's either going to be really busted, like this is going to be really busted, or it's going to be very fun and a very welcomed addition to Tekken 8. So this can go either way. So now, what do I think about this system overall? Okay, so first things first, I really hate the fact that it gives every character in the game access to plus frames. There are some characters in the game that don't rely on plus frames on block. Characters such as Lei, for example, Xiao Yu, Eddie, right? These characters that are mix-up heavy characters that don't rely on like huge moves on block, that have an insane amount of plus frames or a block advantage. So having this dash or this hit system, having access to this hit system, means every character in the game will have access to plus frames, right? Imagine Xiao Yu, bro. Like, Xiao Yu puts you into plus frames and goes back turned. Like, how insane is that going to be? Eddie has no plus frames like that. So I really hate the fact that every character in this game now will have access to plus frames. Like, the mod or the dash is very generic for everyone, right? You can do any move. Like, Lars can do forward 3 as a hit engager into hit burst. Forward 3 is just a normal knockdown mid, but now it will be like super plus, right? Jack gets forward 2, Nina forward 1+2. So like all these moves that are like minus or just, have very few plus frames, or just like -9 for example, are now going to be plus forever on block. So that's one of my biggest concerns, the fact that every character now gets plus frames. My second concern is the fact that the run console in Mortal Kombat X was really toxic. Like, if you guys know about the Mortal Kombat X run console, everyone used to complain that Mortal Kombat X was very fun to watch and very fun to play if you are the aggressor. Like, those run consoles were really fun. Like, I didn't really play Mortal Kombat X like that, but I just tried it for a bit, and I could tell that the run console was really fun. But the run console had a stamina bar, and for as long as the stamina bar was filled up, you could keep your turn by just cancelling, especially for characters that had a lot of plus frames, like Cabal, I think, and Tremor. So now this might be the case in Tekken 8. Characters that have plus frames are going to be so toxic, bro. Like, imagine Law, what, forward 1 plus 2, forward 1 plus 2, forward 1 plus 2, boom, hit engager, plus frames again, forward 1 plus 2, forward 1 plus 2, boom, hit engager, boom, hit special or rage drive. Like, bro, that is going to be very difficult to deal with. A lot of people have also brought up the case of like Horang, Steve. All these characters are really aggressive, so it's not going to be an easy mechanic to deal with. And thirdly, what concerns me is the fact that we don't really have any defensive tools. We aren't given any defensive tools. The only thing we're given is the chip damage, which you can recover over time. So we're going to do a different video on that, because it's a whole different discussion. Like, chip damage in Tekken is completely new to the game as well, so that deserves a video on its own. But for now, I really want to focus on this hit mechanic. So now, the positives of this thing. Let's look at the positives. What really stands out in a positive sense for the new hit system? Firstly, shit looks really cool. Like, this is going to be really fun to watch, bro. Like, just imagine final round, everyone has their bars full, everyone uses up their hit, both characters are in hit, right? Everyone is blocking mix-ups and stuff. From a spectator's point of view, this shit is gonna be fun. There is no doubt about it. I think Namco have nailed the formula when it comes to fun in the spectator mode of Tekken. So on this, I have no doubt it's going to be like, they're gonna knock the ball out of the park. I know this for sure. And thirdly, it's bringing something new to Tekken. Like, I do have some friends who've always complained that Tekken has always been the same since Tekken 1. Like, Tekken is a legacy game. I know you've heard about people talk about this thing for so many years. Like, Tekken is timeless. It doesn't really change. Someone who's played Tekken 3 can come and play Tekken 7 and still do well, right? Remember, my old brother used to play Tekken Tag 1. Like, he played Tekken 7 last year, and he was like, bro, like, what the hell happened to this game? Right? Like, what's these new specials? What are these new armor moves? But the way he played Paul, bro, you'd think he played Tekken 7 every day. Like, it's just that much of a legacy game. So having something new is really refreshing for the game. I have a friend who's always talked shit about Tekken adding meter, so I guess he has his wish now. So having a sudden change to the game it's good for the game. It's a risk that Namco are willing to take, and who knows, they nailed it with Tekken 7, Rage Art, Rage Drive. Who knows what might happen with the hit system? It might be the same as well. So all I can say, guys, is it's too early to judge as of now. There are so many mixed feelings right now. It's too early. Like, it's too early. Let's wait until March 31st when we see EVO Japan. That's when they'll have location tests for Tekken 8. Alpha testing is what it's called, I think. So until then, guys, let's just hold it in. I know there are so many concerns, right? Law doesn't look good. He looks very bulky. The game has a kind of a 2D look to it. We're talking about, Tekken 8, the MKX version. It kind of looks like Soul Calibur with the weapons and stuff. Like, everyone is concerned. Nina with weapons, Jack with his huge ass gun. Who else? I think Law with the nunchucks. Like, everyone is worried about the weapons. I am too, to some extent, but if they just do it properly, like we do have Alisa with the chainsaws, those aren't really a problem in like Tekken Tag, Tekken 6, but Tekken 7, But anyway, we do have Yoshi as well, so to some extent we have had some characters using weapons in the game, so as long as the balancing is good, then it's chilled. Like, we don't need Noctis for 2 or Kunimitsu Kunai, bro. Like, get that shit out of here. So as long as they do it right, guys, we're gonna be chilling. But as of now, like I said, this is very early in the lifetime of Tekken 8. We do have to wait for more information. Like I said, Evo Japan, at best we might get some character reviews and watch some actual pro gameplay, because one thing I know about pros is they catch on to this shit really good, like really quick. So like this, we see Paul, you know, doing all these combos. Like, a lot of players have already made like tactics and juggles in their head, so it's gonna be fun to see at Evo Japan when everyone gets their hands on some Tekken 8. So until then, what I think is, it's 50-50. It's either this mechanic is going to be really fun, they're gonna nail this mechanic and it's gonna be fun, or it's gonna be really unbalanced and very toxic. It can go either way, but over time patches are gonna fix that, so I'm not really concerned. I know Harada, he did us justice in Tekken 7. Ridge Drive was fun. Ridge Art is really, you know, mixed, but I have faith in Mr. Harada-san. So those are my overall thoughts on the hit system, my boys. I really can't wait to try this. I can't wait for the beta to come up, but yeah, it is what it is as of now. Let's wait for that Evo Japan. If you made it this far, guys, please consider subscribing. I'm 30 subscribers away from 1k. Let's go, muscular. I can't wait for that. Just check out my content, guys. You might be missing out on some good shit, you know. I'm gonna be doing my next video on the recoverable health, because I feel that's gonna be huge in Tekken. That's gonna be huge. That's my next video. And until then, my boys, take care and play some Tekken. GG.